himself in the yoga and the sadhana. But there is a divine plan and there is a divine design. Instead of being a monk, he became the Prime Minister of India. However, he never stopped being a yogi, and instead of being a monk, he became a yogi Prime Minister of India. Let us welcome him all. And I have a special a garland, which is very fragrant, a garland made by all cardamoms. Let us offer all together. Raise your hands from there to our Honorable Prime Minister of India. Thank you, Honorable Shri Modi ji. Now, a man who has understood the power of yoga and brought the power of yoga to the world, a man who has understood the real Bhagavad Gita, the mantra, the yoga, karmasu kaushalam, the perfection in action is yoga. And he is the man of action. He is the man of perfection. He has a vision, he has a mission, and he has a wisdom, not only for this nation, but the entire world. Because he believes we are one family. We are all interconnected, one family. Today, the world needs one powerful thing, that is yoga, and the music of peace, the music of love, the music of harmony the world needs today. And that is only can come through yoga. Yoga is the way. Yoga is the way. And one more thing, which is very important. To me, योग करो, रोज करो और मौज करो. Do yoga, be yoga, love yoga, and live yoga. And you will have a happy, healthy, and harmonious life. One thing which makes me very amazing, in spite of being a Prime Minister of India, as a big, great nation, and being busy with so many responsibilities, every day in the morning, 5 o'clock, he is up and doing yoga. No complaints, no grumbling from the world that I don't have a time. If a Prime Minister of India can do 1 hour yoga, is a great message. Doing yoga 1 hour and being yoga 23 hours. So he is his whole journey is from doing to being. He is a living yoga and a living example of yogic life. One more thing which amazes me, and that is, he is the only Prime Minister. He has given a new vision, new innovative ways, new idea to this world. And he was very concerned about our mothers, our sisters, about our clean and green India. He said, toilet first, sanitation first. It needs a courage. Country like nation. And I think time has come that sanitation and meditation should go together. And for the yogis, I think sanitation is meditation. Let us work together for his great mission. Let us be together. And on his birthday, 1.5 years ago, we opened a World Toilet College. And we have today, the ladies, first Mason ladies here who will be empowered by this, and they will manufacture, maintain these toilets for India. And it is happening here on the banks of Ganga in Parmarth Niketan, Rishikesh. Let us honor our Prime Minister of Divine Prime Minister of India. Thank you, Yogi ji, Prime Minister of India. But I want one thing more. He is today as a virtual Modi ji, but next year we want on the banks of Ganga not only virtual Modi ji, we want real Modi ji. Real Modi ji here on the banks of Ganga. On the banks of Ganga. On the banks of Ganga. We love Modi ji. We love Modi ji.
स्वामी चिदानंद सरस्वती जी, पूज्य शंकराचार्य दिव्यानंद तीर्थ जी महाराज, स्वामी अचगानंद सरस्वती जी, साध्वी भगवती सरस्वती जी, सीयर्स, आचार्यस, friends, I'm happy to join you today through video conferencing at the annual International Yoga Festival. Before I begin, I would like to share with you some recent remarkable achievements of our scientists in India. Last month, our space scientists created a unique record. They sent 104 satellites into space through a single rocket launch. 101 of these satellites were owned by countries such as USA, Israel, Switzerland, Netherlands, Kazakhstan, and UAE. Our defense scientists too have made India proud. On 11 February, they successfully tested a high-altitude ballistic missile shield which can provide effective security cover to our cities against missile attacks. One special thing which I would like to mention today, yesterday, they added another feather in their cap while successfully testing a low altitude interceptor missile. This is a capability that only 4 other nations currently possess. Congratulate our space and defense scientists for their achievements. हमारे अंतरिक्ष और रक्षा वैज्ञानिकों की उपलब्धियों ने भारत की प्रतिष्ठा को पूरे विश्व में ऊंचा किया है. Ladies and gentlemen, we in India believe in researching both the frontiers of science and technology and also researching deep within our souls, that is both science and yoga. Perhaps there can be no better place than Rishikesh to host the International Yoga Festival. This indeed is a place that has drawn sages, pilgrims, commoners, and celebrities alike over millennia in quest for peace and for the true essence of yoga. As I observe the large and diverse gathering from different parts of the globe at the bank of the holy river Ganga in Rishikesh, my thoughts turn to Max Muller, the great German scholar, who said, and I quote, "If I were asked under what sky the human mind had most fully developed, some of its choicest gifts had most deeply pondered on the greatest problem of life and has found solutions, I should point to India." From Max Muller to many of you present in Rishikesh today, all immensely successful people in their own right, whenever the quest to know one's real self has beckoned, that destination has been India. And in most cases, that quest had led them to yoga. Yoga is a code to connect people with life and to reconnect mankind with nature. It expands our limited sense of self to see our families, societies, and mankind as extension of our own self. That is why Swami Vivekananda said, "Expansion is life. Contraction is death." By practicing yoga, a spirit of oneness is created, oneness of the mind, body, and the intellect. Oneness with our families, with our society we live in, with fellow humans, with all the birds, animals, and trees with whom we share our beautiful planet. This is yoga. Yoga is the journey from me to we. व्यक्ति से समष्टि तक ये यात्रा विस्तार होती है। मैं से हम तक यही एक अनुभूति, अहम से वयम तक का यह भाव विस्तार, यही तो योगा है। This journey as a natural byproduct brings the added benefits of good health, peace of mind, and even prosperity in life. Yoga makes the individual a better person in thought, action, knowledge, and devotion. It would be very unfair to see yoga only as a set of exercise that keeps the body fit. Yoga is far beyond physical exercise. The quest for solace from the stresses of modern life often drives people to tobacco, alcohol, or even drugs. Yoga offers a timeless, simple, and healthy alternative. There is ample evidence that practicing yoga helps combat stress and chronic lifestyle related conditions. The world today is also threatened by the twin challenges: terrorism and climate change. The world looks at India and to yoga for a durable and sustainable answer to these problems. When we talk of a global peace, there should be peace among nations. That is possible only when there is peace within the society. Only peaceful families can constitute peaceful society. Only peaceful individuals can make peaceful families. Yoga is the way to create such harmony and peace within individuals, family, society, nation, and ultimately all over the world. Through yoga, we will create a new yuga, a yuga of togetherness and harmony. When we talk of combating climate change, we seek to move away from a lifestyle of consumption or a bhoga to one of yoga. Yoga can prove to be a strong pillar to lead a life of discipline and development at a time when emphasis is on personal gain and what one may get out of any endeavor. Yoga offers a refreshingly different approach. Yoga is not about what one can get out of it. It is rather about what one can give up, what one can get rid of. Tena taktena bhunji tha. Therefore, instead of attainment, yoga shows us the path to liberation or mukti, as we call it in this part of the world. Swami Chidanand Saraswati ji, through his work at Paramartha Niketan, has shown a way to live these noble ideas. I appreciate the work being done by Paramartha Niketan in bringing yoga to people across the world. I recall the active role played by Swamiji in compiling the 11-volume encyclopedia Age of Hinduism. Remarkably, Swamiji and his team have accomplished the mission in less than a quarter of a century, and the depth of their work is amazing. They were able to include almost all aspects of Hinduism in only 11 volumes. This is indeed a possession that can benefit every spiritual seeker, yogi, and even a common person. Works like Encyclopedia of Hinduism, when made available in various languages, increase the understanding and enhance the awareness of other traditions and cultures within the country. This increased understanding in turn reduce hatred, misunderstandings, and increases cooperation, peace, and amity among communities. Let me also take this opportunity to compliment Paramarth Niketan for the active role played by them in the Swachh Bharat mission, a mass movement towards clean India. Indian traditions lay a strong emphasis on personal hygiene. Not only is keeping one's body clean and pure emphasized, but also cleanliness in one's house, place of work, and place of worship is given a lot of priority. Accumulation of any form of waste or filth within the four walls of these places is considered impure. In our ancient scriptures, this importance of personal hygiene is captured. There is, however, a tendency to dump dirt in open spaces. This is not true for Western and other developed countries, where the link between community hygiene and public health is more clearly understood. Awareness and observance of hygiene in public goods like water bodies, land, and air is crucial. Therefore, good health is a collective effort of personal well-being and environmental well-being. Through the Swachh Bharat mission, we are attempting to establish the link between community hygiene and personal health. Historically, temples have played a key role in our societies. Usually, they were built at a vast area of land and often away from the residential areas. However, with passage of the time, they were surrounded by the markets and the residential colonies, and hence they faced unclean surrounding as a major challenge. Swachh Bharat mission therefore now includes the project Swachh Iconic Places to address this issue. In the first phase, we have taken Kamakhya Temple, Jagannath Puri, Meenakshi Temple, Tirupati, Golden Temple, and Vaishno Devi temple for making them and their surroundings clean. And therefore, Swachh Bharat mission, the quest for clean India is linked to faith and spirituality in the country. We were all witness to the great global upsurge for yoga when in September 2014, India proposed an International Day of Yoga at the session of the General Assembly of the United Nations. I must confess, I did not imagine the spontaneous outpouring of support that followed. An unprecedented number of countries from across the world joined hands with US, and now every year on the occasion of summer solstice, June 21st, the world comes together for yoga. The coming together of so many nations to mark the International Day of Yoga illustrates the real essence of yoga togetherness. Yoga has the potential to herald in a new yuga, a new era, a yuga of peace, compassion, brotherhood, and all-round progress of the human race. Ladies and gentlemen, may the blessings of the mighty Himalayas be with you. May you find fulfillment and bliss in this great festival of yoga on the banks of the river Ganga, wherever sages and rishis have meditated for millennia. May you enjoy your stay in the spiritual city of Rishikesh and the divine surroundings of Paramarth Niketan. May yoga be a benefit to one and all. I wish the International Yoga Festival a grand success. नमस्कार। सभी आचार्यों, महंतों, संतों को मेरे प्रणाम। धन्यवाद।